Hey everybody, week 45 on the Real DVD Watchers. I am DVD Weasel back again. This week I'm reviewing the 1990 to 1991 TV series, which I just finished watching both seasons of, and the movie from 1993, created by Mark Frost and David Lynch. It is Twin Peaks. Yep, basically Twin Peaks is a great show. One of my favourites, probably in my top 5. Yeah, season 1 I got on Christmas. I watched it all on Christmas. Some great moments in season 1, some great characters. Favourite character all the way through the show is Cooper. It has to be, because he's one of the best characters in TV history. And if you've seen Twin Peaks, you know what I mean. Because he is such a great character. So yeah, the first season basically begins the investigation into the murder of Laura Palmer, played by Cheryl Lee, and how it affects different people's lives. And that kind of sounded like a multi-layered drama film. It's nothing like that. It's quite light-hearted actually, when it's not being weird. There's some really funny moments in it, some really strange moments in it, directed by David Lynch. Some episodes, like episode 2 or something, the man from another place comes into it and he is just awesome. I can't stress how amazing he is. Some of my other favourite characters are probably Maddie, I think it's Ferguson actually. I think it might, I thought it was Palmer, because I'm saying actually because I've recorded this review about 10 times and I don't know what I've said already. And I keep forgetting what I said last time and what I need to say this time. So, yeah, basically Cooper, Kyle MacLachlan. If you haven't seen Twin Peaks, you might have seen Blue Velvet, which is a David Lynch film. Still haven't seen it, but I know Kyle MacLachlan's in it, and it's definitely going to be a pickup very soon of what I'm going to get. Yeah, Twin Peaks, awesome. First season, only 7 episodes and a pilot, so definitely worth picking up. Easy to watch this first season, and it ends on a really good cliffhanger, so yeah, definitely check this out. Season 2 was very hit and miss for me. Now if you don't know what I mean, I'll tell you. It started off, it picked up exactly where the cliffhanger left off, like a couple of minutes after probably, in a very strange way, in a very long way, but it worked. First few episodes were good, great introduction to the new season, and then like when it started getting close to the end of part 1 of the season, because this is 22 episodes split into 2 parts, when it started to get close to the end of part 1, it got really good again. When the murder was solved, like the way it was solved is just amazing. I'm not going to give anything away. It's just obviously well, not obviously, because it would have a terrible ending, which it kind of does, but but I'll get onto that in a minute. Yeah, this is great. The first half is like drags in the middle. There's quite a few filler episodes in this season, for me anyway. And then after the murder's solved and after everything's like tied up and stuff with the murder, it goes on to like drug trafficking, and Wyndham Earle comes back into it, who was mentioned in part 1 and stuff. Yeah, it gets a bit stupid. Some of the storylines are really good. I especially like the Wyndham Earle storyline, like what he's doing, and I really like the what was it? I was just thinking about it then. I'll go on to what I didn't like, what storylines I really didn't like. The first one I really didn't like was the Richard Tremaine, Little Nicky story, but yeah, it kind of made up for that, because the rest of his stuff was really funny, like the war over Lucy with Andy. That was really funny. Oh yeah, Ben Horne's little Civil War thing was really funny as well. And then, like, there's more stuff happening with, like, Leo Johnston. I won't tell you what because it'll spoil the end of season 1. But, like, a lot of stuff happens with him, and Shelley, Bobby, Audrey. There's a lot of stuff happens to all of the characters, and yeah, it's a great show still. But it kind of loses focus in a lot of places in this second season, and I don't really know what to put that down to. Maybe because it was trying to rush towards the ending, or they hadn't thought of an ending and they tried to put a few filler episodes in, which they did. So when they got like 6 episodes from the end, it started getting really good again for me. And the last like 6 episodes were amazing. The finale was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, up until the ending. Now it ends on a cliffhanger. The entire show ends on a cliffhanger. And because the movie is a prequel, it hardly ties up the cliffhanger at all. And like the last like episode has like a 3 or 4 minute scene, which I think is one of the best scenes in the entire show. What's like all the way through the entire show, and it has like a 10, 15, maybe 20 minute scene that is also one of the best scenes in the entire show. But the last scene is so annoying. Like it would be good if that last scene happened and then it built on it. But it was kind of a like, I was watching it and I was like, oh, this is great, but I hope it doesn't end. Credits roll, it's ended. What the fuck? I can't really blame David Lynch because the networks tampered with it quite a lot. I've heard. I don't know anything about it, but I don't know anything about it specifically. But I know David Lynch rewrote the entire like last 30 minutes of the show, but they had to leave the ending where it was because they didn't have time to put more on air, I think. If I'm wrong, then please correct me, but yeah, I'm just going off what I've heard. But yeah, this is really good. Still, definitely worth checking out the entire show. Now the movie, Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me. It's a prequel, as I said before. It is, well, it says in the back exactly what it's about, but I'll read it. Twin Peaks, a beautiful town filled with beautiful people, or is it? Nothing as it seems. The last 7 days of Laura Palmer, which it is, obviously, and it kind of delivers what it says on the tin, but in quite a disgusting way in a few places. A few places had me cringing, actually, and not completely disgusting in the way where you're like, oh, this is so disturbing, but a couple of places it is. But there's one scene in particular which I won't say because it'll ruin the entire show, but it was pretty hard to watch. But then, like, the ending of this is amazing. I really like the ending of this, but and I don't think it's as big of a train wreck as people say. Definitely not as good as the show whatsoever. But yeah, and a really unneeded appearance from David Bowie. I didn't really like him in this, even though there wasn't very much to like. But he's credited like 4th out of everybody, and he's in it for like 10 minutes. No, actually, scratch that. He's in it for about 3 minutes in total. Yeah, his sing's good, but they shouldn't have got a huge named actor for that. And yeah, Kiefer Sutherland's in this one as well. He's in it at the beginning, and that was really cool to see. Yeah, because I like 24 and stuff. So yeah, he didn't have a main part, but he's not really credited to have a main part, so I'm kind of fine with that. But yeah, this wasn't amazing. But I'm gonna watch the features to see if it clears up more about the ending of the show. So yeah, check out Twin Peaks. That's about all I have to say. So thanks for watching, and I will be back next week.